Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss Batwoman Season 2, Episode 2, Prior Criminal History. So, 2 months ago, some guys attempted to rob Ryan on Halloween. She was saved by Batwoman, and I'm guessing this was their first encounter. Back in the present, Ryan is actually applying for work, but still can't catch a break because of her past criminal history. Ryan tried to save a shop holder who was held at gunpoint and attacked by some robbers. Now, she was assumed to be the person responsible because when the police came in, she was behind the counter anyway. During her interrogation by the black female detective, Kane's ex or whatever, there's an offhanded comment by Ryan suggesting that if Alice were white, she'd be dead for all her various crimes. But she doesn't say that directly at first, and what she does say is interpreted by Kane's ex as a reference to her familial relationship to Kane. Basically, girlfriend almost let Batwoman's secret slip. Almost, but she catches herself. Just as you're thinking, did Ryan catch on? Will she put 2 and 2 together later? How will she figure it out? This could actually be an interesting plot point. No, say the writers, not today, and snatch it all away by having her walk right up to Mary Hamilton, Kane's other sister, by the way, in case you haven't been watching, and lays out the entire story, except the only thing she doesn't know is that Alice killed Mary's mother too. Ryan proposes they team up. Meanwhile, Alice, who is just being Alice throughout this episode, proposes a revenge team up with Julia, another one of Kane's exes, to avenge her death. Julia makes fun of Alice being totally alone now that Kane's gone, and never tease a crazy person with a knife to your throat. Alice stabs Julia and literally hops away. Kane's team deduce that Alice is going to attack a crowd demanding Batwoman's return. To save them, they propose putting someone in the suit to appear and tell the people to go home. Ryan suggests herself. They note that she's black, clearly not Batwoman, but hey, put her on top of a building and people won't notice. Oh, but there's this thing called Zoom that exists on cameras and binoculars and such. And there's also Alice, who shows up on said roof. The two fight, and somehow Alice is not only not dead, she manages to trigger a device that brings a swarm of bats to attack the crowd, and I'm officially over this episode. As it turns out, the bats are carrying a toxin of some kind, and Alice drops off the antidote. This is apparently her coping with the loss of Kate. At least that's what they think. Anyway, meanwhile, Ryan swiped the transmitter and is leading the swarm of bats out of town. She draws them into a bus that happens to be on the same street and blows them up. She saves the girl in the process, mirroring her own experience with Kate. Back at the Batcave, Ryan makes her pitch for why she should be the next Batwoman, relying heavily on her prior criminal history and knowledge of criminals. It works. Later on, she finds Kate's journal. Conveniently, the last note is about Ryan and that night she saved her. The final scene is Alice. Turns out her little stunt was intended to draw out an even bigger bad, Sophia. Also, by the way, another of Kane's exes. This show, I swear. That was episode 2. I suffered through it, so you don't have to. All in all, it wasn't as bad as episode 1, but so utterly vapid. Ryan's story is still being rushed, as is the entire plot unfolding around her. Character relationships and motivations and their decisions and their conflicts are all arbitrary and so contrived, it's hard to suspend disbelief even for a CW show. And despite their attempt at cliffhangers every episode, I really don't care what happens next. This show is supposed to be a drama series, but it's much more an unintentional comedy. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.